What's going on, guys? Just wanted to politely indicate that you guys are offside. Nah, I'm just kidding. Hey, everybody, welcome to a brief educational segment where Dave and myself will educate you on the new offside rule, and I did not include an S, so suck it, Mr. Picky people that comment on there saying it's offside, not offsides. But anyways, Dave, how are you?
I'm still going by it's a regional thing. I negate the S, but I'm okay with the S. So everyone simmer down. We're gonna use both versions here. You can screw yourself.
Yeah.
No, we're good. We're good today. It's just coming off my holiday. We're rolling into your holiday. It's the July 1st and July 4th weekend for us Canadian Americans.
Yeah, America.
So yeah, here we are.
It's screw the British Day, right?
Screw the British. No, we won't get into it. So, anyways, we're talking about the offsides today. I use the S just for fun. Bit of the history, because I think the history is a little important, and just what we're going with it, or where we're going with it. So I'll start with the history, and I start with the history because it's interesting. I want to make a couple points, but I'll go through it quick. So, first off, the rule of hockey offside serves to prevent the attacking players from entering the offensive zone before the puck. Okay, you put ball in place. Sounds really good for soccer, football as well, right? All right. So hockey was actually played like rugby with only back passes allowed. Here's another connection. So football, rugby, football comes from rugby. Hockey was played like rugby. Connections. All right. Now in 1929, forward passes were then allowed, doubling the amount of goals in that early part of the season. So they had to then come in and amend the rule, and now they were only allowing forward passes in the defensive and neutral zone, not in the offensive zone. In 1930 and 31, that's when they finally put the offside rule in, and they took it from European football.
Dun, dun, dun.
Crazy.
Guys, there's something we're getting to.
Crazy. Okay. Now, they did make a couple amendments since 1930. That was one in 2004-05. There was a lockout, and they eliminated the two-line pass, which I won't really get into, but it had to do with offside. You can get some videos on that if you wish. And then in 2021, 2 years ago, they allowed it so that the foot didn't actually have to be on the line. It was allowed to hover over the line. We do have images coming up. This is going to make sense. But the point being is that this rule came originally from football, and they refined it when they needed to, but it's effectively been in place since 1930. Why in 2023 all of a sudden this is an issue all of a sudden? I don't think it really is.
What's the issue, Dave?
Okay, I don't know what the issue is personally. The issue is that people think it's just another new rule that, okay, now there's just going to be people like holding up on the line. Oh, I'm not offside yet. I don't know. Do you find any issues with it?
With the new rule or the reintroduction of said rule?
Yeah. So this is what the new rule is going to look like. Where one part of the body is still on the onside location. Now, this is obviously the most extreme version of this, where the guy is kind of leaned forward. But again, since 1930, it looks very similar.
See, the thing is, for me, I have my biases because I play as a center forward and a striker. I love that role. It's perfect because it gives me more opportunity to time my runs or time my plays. To be honest with you, I think the current iteration of the offside rule caters to defenders in a sense, where it's like you don't really need to be a good defender in today's game. You just need to be positioned well. Because like the way that the rule is, and this is one of the things that irritates me, is if my shoulder is just a hairline ahead of yours, I'm offside. Is there really an advantage to that?
And that's really the nomenclature there, is you're trying to eliminate the offensive advantage over the defender. And by that definition, and what you're saying, is there really an advantage if, my hair flies off and the wind goes over the line? No, it doesn't.
And don't get me wrong, I like the iteration of the semi-automated offside line. Like I like it. Because again, it's black or white. Essentially, it's either offside or it's not. It's one of the
Mhm.
two. There's no like, oh well, his finger and blah blah blah. But the thing is once you get in with that technology, you have stuff like that where now people are starting to sit here and be like, really, does this make sense? Does it not? Because the thing
Yeah.
is like when you look at it, I'm looking at it from a monetary perspective. How do you market football?
More goals.
More goals. What
Got
is
to
the
get more
NFL?
goals.
What has the NFL done? What has the NFL done? More touchdowns, more points. Nowadays, most NFL teams score over 30 points a game. There isn't a 14-7 game. Hockey, I think you can attest to it as well, Dave. I mean, hasn't hockey scores have
It's
gone up a lot more?
a lot. They've gone up a lot since 2005 with the two-line pass rule. And I think now, and going back to this slide here, this is actually showing his foot's not touching the line. I know it's kind of low res, but you used to have the foot right on the line, and you would have guys literally dragging their toes across the ice, trying to slow down enough. Now they're given even more fluid movement. They're allowed to make that move without dragging so much. Also, like protection of the ankles is part of it. But sure, it's more fluid. Goals continue to roll in. And
Yeah.
hockey is completely different than it was, well, pre 2005, really. And nobody's complaining. Nobody now is complaining about it. In 2005, people did.
No, and to be honest with you, I think football fans just want to complain because the thing is like when you look at it from this rule, as long as any part of your body maintains in an onside position with the defender. So for footy fans, do you have the exhibit B, evidence exhibit B, Dave, please?
This one?
Yes. So, for example, right here, where you look at the player in the white jersey, his foot is the deciding factor for the offside line, and you look at the offensive player, his foot's tracking behind it. So the thing is now as a defender, you need to get better, in my opinion. So, like for example, your defenders right there, the two defenders in front of that said winger or offensive player, now need to learn how to mark their men perfectly. And also, you're going to start seeing more instead of, and here's the interesting thing about it, the game is going to shift from zonal coverages to more man-on-man marking, which for, the viewer, the neutral fan, it's more entertaining because now you're responsible for that guy. Because the thing is now zonal defenses don't work as well. And this is going to be interesting to see how Allegri plays because Allegri is a zonal defensive coach. So
Yeah.
putting on my Juventus glasses, this is not good for Juve if this rule comes to pass. This rule has not come to pass. It will be experimented on. I believe the Women's World Cup is going to be the main test site for this, or they haven't decided
They
yet?
haven't come out and said. I heard Italy as one of them, and I believe Romania was the other. So,
Okay.
well, I mean, to be determined exactly. I'll believe it, and we'll announce it when it becomes official.
Yeah, because the thing is here it looks at it and it tells your defenders you need to mark you have to man mark. It's going to change the tactics of the game. So defensive teams need to be more cautious. Again, you're not going to see that many teams park and hold the bus because when you park the bus, you're playing a zonal defense to park the bus. You might start seeing a more man on man pressing when it comes to a defensive aspect of the game. And me as a striker, I love this because now I can hit you with multiple ways. And now you're going to start seeing more players score more goals. You're going to see, I'm just kidding. Doosan's slow anyways. It's not like it's going to benefit him, but you're going to see
You have to throw one of the bus.
I do, but you're going to see the surge of Alvaro Morata. I think this helps him drastically because here's one of the things. The poor man is literally hairlines offsides a lot of the times. And if he's not, if this rule goes into effect, how it's going to affect, you're looking at your next future Ballon d'Or candidate, in Alvaro Morata. That guy is going to be scoring 40 to 50 goals a season, possibly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because, I don't understand a lot of the complaints, and I'm here to see the comments of it. But
absolutely. And that's what we want to hear. I know we're going to get some pushback, and I've already discussing with the community. Not everyone's down. But this is our take, at least.
But coming from it from a Juventini perspective, everyone's complaining about negative football. We're boring. There's not that much offense. Okay, great. Now you have an opportunity for more offense, and now people are complaining about it. So that's one of the things I don't really understand. But at the same time, this rule essentially, in my opinion, it negates the park the bus and wait teams. It hurts them very badly.
It's the evolution of the game. And we've even seen like the evolution comes naturally in a lot of sense. So how many of our own fans have yelled at Allegri, calling him a dinosaur. It's old tactics, catenaccio, whatever. This forces everyone to kind of move forward. So change isn't always a bad thing. And give it a year or two. And that's what I really caution as well, because again, hockey, 2005, big changes happened. Not everyone's down, and the teams haven't figured it out. The coaches, even team composition, the management, everything has to kind of adapt now and just move forward. Change isn't bad. I think this is one of the best changes, personally, that they can possibly do for this sport right now. I think it will really open it up. And with the technology, and we will link at the end as well our semi-auto offside video, I think combine this. Now, there's human error. I understand there's humans involved. I understand that the Italian Federation might be involved.
Yeah, but that's all sports. It's all drama, right?
Yes. Implemented correctly and managed and administered the right way, I believe this is a game changer in a very positive way. But I have my biases, of course, and I know you do too, because we're North Americans and we both do watch hockey. We've seen this live, and I'm going to put two links. One is the history of the NHL offside rule from Taiwan hockey, of all places. Very interesting. And from the official NHL web or YouTube page, Snoop Dogg does a Hockey 101 episode. So I'll put both those links down in the description.
Really?
As well. Yes, Snoop Dogg does a Hockey 101 series. It was done 5 years ago. So it's slightly out of date because, again, 2021, they made that rule change. But yeah, I mean, they're only like 3-4 minute videos. Watch those, understand the hockey side. You don't even need to, I mean, if you want, go watch a whole game and try to understand it. But I think there's a lot to learn from observing other people, other sports, just other ways of doing things. Dash, do you have any final words on that, man?
Let the floodgates open. But anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any comments or questions, throw them in the thing and we'll feature them in our next video. Or if you want to join the call-in shows on the weekends and talk about it, join in on Saturday. I will say this. If you just literally put a sentence saying, you guys are ignorant, you guys are dumb, we're going to get the pin of shame. We're going to pin your comment, and then we're going to show your comment on our next live stream, so you're going to get cooked.
Yeah, so, let's be objective. Let's be objective. Let's have a good discussion.
Let's have a discussion here. Let's talk like adults. If you're, I'm going to start putting an age requirement to comment. So,
and of course, guys, like you already mentioned, Saturday night call-in, we can absolutely bring this topic up, and we'll let you guys get in there, and you can just sound off on us, sound off to the world. Let us know what you think.
All right, then. We'll catch you on the next one.
Please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.